Adrian Dunbar is here. Now, he's best known for playing Ted Hastings in Line of Duty, but tonight we'll be interrogating him about taking to the stage in the classic musical Kiss Me, Kate.
Yeah, and jazz hands at the ready as Adrian and the cast will be treating us to a spectacular performance of Too Darn Hot at the end of the show. There they are. And if their rehearsal is anything to go by, it is not to be missed.
I can't wait for that. And some breaking news. Clive Myrie will be here. He has swapped his shirt and tie for swimming shorts and headed to the Caribbean for a once-in-a-lifetime adventure. And he'll be telling us why in just a bit.
Yeah, very good. Right, time to introduce you to our two guests for this evening, actor Adrian Dunbar and presenter Clive Myrie. This is a real treat because look, you're both celebrating music this summer. Clive, I'll start with you. BBC Proms, you'll be doing the first night there.
I love it, I love it, I love it. I've been doing it for the last 3 years. You know, 8 weeks of fantastic music, 90 proms, more than any other year, I think. 3,000 musicians, incredible.
What is it about live music that you just love so much, though?
The possibility that something might go wrong. Because it's live.
That's why we like live TV.
But it never does. It never does. It's just there's an atmosphere in that hall which is amazing. I should say it's not just the Royal Albert Hall in London. It's Bristol. It's the Sage in Gateshead. It's Nottingham. It's all over the country. It's just a wonderful celebration of music, you know, and I absolutely adore that.
Adrian, we're going to talk to you about your singing later on. But of course, your mum was a singer, wasn't she?
She was.
Was it always in the blood then?
Yeah, even the sewing machine was a singer. Sorry, I
Dad jokes.
I'm so old.
If this wasn't live TV, that would have been cut.
Exactamundo.
But look,
No, she was a fabulous soprano, and you know, I actually think she probably could have had a life in the theatre herself. I suppose that's why she really encouraged me to do what I ended up doing. You know, because. Yeah, she was fabulous. Sung in the choir all her life, you know, did all the kind of musicals and the Gilbert and Sullivan and all that stuff. A real inspiration to me, yeah.
Well, look, it's obviously shone through because you're up on stage taking on the classic musical Kiss Me, Kate. I mean, for those that don't know the story, what can you tell us and how do you fit in?
Right, OK, how do I fit in? Well, look, it's a very complicated story, but because it's complicated, it's funny, right?
Right.
So what happens is, here I am, I'm called Fred C. Graham, I'm the kind of producer, actor, director of the show. I'm putting on a musical version of William Shakespeare's Taming of the Shrew. The way I think I can kind of make some money out of it and get it to Broadway is if I put my wife, who was a big star, my ex-wife.
And that's the key bit of info,
That's
isn't it?
The drama.
Yeah. There you go, Clive. Put my ex-wife into the lead. Now, she arrives in, she's got a relationship going with a 4-star general. Apparently, I'm having a relationship with somebody in the crew, and then we both find out that we actually have feelings for one another, and everything's going all right until it all falls apart. Stephanie J. Block, by the way, is playing Lily, my ex-wife. She's fantastic. Yeah. So everything's going okay until she finds out about the affair, and then you know you're seeing backstage, you're seeing front stage, and when the stuff that's happening backstage starts to bleed onto the front of the stage, that's when the fireworks really start to happen.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Love it.
I think the audience are going to love it. They're really going to love it.
There seems to be a trend, Adrian, of classic musicals coming back to the West End, and people are absolutely loving them, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah, of course they are. Well, people are coming back to the theatre. People are coming back. I mean, we did have lockdown. And, you know, the live gig is so important. And people just flooded back into the theatres after lockdown because it's that transference, it's the real live thing. But, yeah, I think musicals are coming back and classical musicals are coming back because, well, it's a bit like Brando said, you know, nostalgia is the most powerful drug of the lot. And people just, you know, they know the musicals. People know, they kind of know what Kiss Me, Kate is about. Yeah. They just need to be reminded a bit. And then once they get the hang of it, you know, they're going to run with it.
There's so many fabulous numbers in this one. So how many numbers do you get in the show?
I've got I've got three songs, actually, that I'm trying to do my level best with.
I was going to say, we can see you here. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, take a look at this.
It's Sunday night at the London Palladium.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh, he's got that there. That's a lovely little round of applause there.
Looking and sounding good, man.
Thank you very much.
Looking and sounding
Thank
good.
you very much.
Yeah.
Now, we had Vicky McClure, of course, your co-star, on
Yes.
earlier in the week,
Yeah.
and she said, oh, I'm so excited about going to see Adrian, but she was a little bit worried. Let's just have a look at a little message she has for you.
Oh, God.
Hello, Adrian, or as I call you, Adwa. I met you on Saturday and I said, have you learnt your lines? And you said no, which is concerning for me. But you know I'm always here to help because that's what I do when we shoot Line of Duty. I always help you with your lines. I never panic you that there's a massive scene that's been changed in the schedule, that you're shooting tomorrow, just to keep you on your toes. So if you need any help with your lines, I'm right here.
So, Adrian, there's two questions off the back of this.
She's lying. All that.
One, have you learnt your lines?
Yeah, I have learned my lines.
I didn't
but they
expect
keep
any
changing
less.
them.
Right, OK.
That's the problem,
And the second one, Al, you had your question.
Yeah, well, why does she call you Adwa?
She calls me Adwa because she had a friend when she was about 4 years of age. She couldn't pronounce his name. So she called him Adwa. And then I ended up being... But she's got lots of words like Halamode and it's all kinds... It's Vicky.
Right.
Right.
We'll leave it down to that.
OK, complicated
Perfect.
answer.
Yes.
Fine. Well, look,
tricky.
Kiss Me Kate opens at the Barbican on the 4th of June. And if you can't wait until then, Adrian and the cast will be treating us, we can't wait, to an exclusive performance of Too Darn Hot outside a bit later on. And we'll also be chatting to Clive here about his Caribbean adventure.
Yeah, but before then, we're heading to Luton, where Radio 1 are having a party all weekend with some of the biggest names in music. And the wonderful Vic Hope is there to give us the rundown. Vic, how's it going? What's happening?
Oh, it sounds like a brilliant weekend. Thanks so much, Vic.
Yeah, so good. I just heard Ella Henderson doing a bit of Natasha Bedingfield in the background. That's what it's
I
about.
used to love Natasha
Yeah,
Bedingfield.
used to, still do.
Yeah, still do.
Right, from a party in Luton to the Caribbean now, because Clive here has been on a 4,300-mile journey to find out what makes island life so special. Before we chat with Clive, let's take a look.
I'm off to discover how these magical islands have created cultures loved by people all over the world.
I'll be welcomed into island life.
Come early and stay late. Leave all the bad vibes at the gate.
On goes the hat.
To unearth some major surprises
Annalise, hi.
There's a pig in the kitchen.
and share what I find with the folks back home.
It feels big. This is a real Caribbean treasure.
Very nice.
I tell you, man, that was a big fish.
Wow.
And I got
Two.
I got a number.
Now, this is the question, Clive. You know,
Yeah.
apart from the obvious,
Right.
beaches, the food, the sunshine, why did you want to explore this part of the world in particular?
Yeah, my sister, Judith, has just moved back to Jamaica. She was born there, but she came here when she was 7.
Yes.
And there she is, big sis. And I wanted to try to get my head around why she wanted to go back. What was it that drew her back to that particular part of her history, her narrative? And I got an opportunity after doing the Italian road trip last year, and we put a few ideas to the BBC, and they said, no, go to the Caribbean. So it's an opportunity to find out about Jamaica and the Caribbean through my family and through my eyes. So I had a grandfather who worked in Cuba for a while, so we go to Cuba. The Dominican Republic is where Columbus landed. No Columbus, no African slave trade, no me. So that's the connection there. And that gives us an opportunity to talk about the Spanish side of the Caribbean and the food and the music and the Catholic vibe that's there. And then Barbados, of course, which was the first British Caribbean colony and a favourite for Brits as a place. So, you know, we discover so much through my family's eyes. My dad's in it, my mum's in it, my sister's in it, my wife is in it.
Whole gang's in it.
Yeah,
Whole gang's in it. There's my mum and dad there.
Great
Looking
photographs.
cool.
What a picture.
Cool.
But there's so much history in the islands that you go and see. Was there, for you personally, was there a proper pinch-me moment?
Yeah, I mean, meeting up with my sister was amazing because that was in Portland, which is a sort of lush northeastern part of the island. I actually know very little about that part of Jamaica, but she married a a man who is from there, so that's where she's moved to. But it's the same part of Jamaica where Ian Fleming had his house, Golden Eye, where he wrote all the Bond films.
Yeah.
Exactly. So we go there and we film there as well. But I mean, I think there are so many fabulous moments.
Because Cuba looks incredible, right?
Cuba, absolutely. And Che Guevara's youngest son, Ernesto, takes me on the back of his motorbike around Old Havana, and he's pointing out some of the tourist areas and the beautiful. Oh, I mean, incredible. And we stop. We're heading up to Revolution Square, just there, right there. And we stop and we see a huge, great picture of his dad. That's his dad. And I say to him, what do you think about the fact that, you know, your dad is revered in lots of places, his image is all over the world? And he said, it's great that other people have him in their hearts as I have him in my heart. I thought it was really cool.
You like this, Adrian, because on your travels, of course, you found an Irish connection. Always.
I found an Irish connection. First of all, I'm 6% Irish.
Good lad.
6% Irish. Absolutely.
Adrian, you watched because that travelogue you did, he'll be doing next one now in Ireland.
Oh, that's right. He'll be muscling in, won't he?
So he'll be muscling in.
Yeah, I'm going to muscle in on that, absolutely.
Of course, Che Guevara's grandmother was Irish. Che Guevara Lynch.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Che Guevara Lynch. And that's the thing. A lot of indentured servants who were from Ireland ended up in the Caribbean working next to African slaves in the 17th, 18th century. So there's a big connection there. And indeed, I think it was the first brewery of Guinness outside Ireland was in Kingston.
No.
Was in
Amazing.
Those are the types of facts that are just absolutely mind-blowing.
Bro, stick with me, man. You'll learn a lot.
I will do. Hey, well, look, Clive Myrie's Caribbean Adventure starts Monday, 6:30 on BBC Two and iPlayer. Shortly, we'll see Adrian, as we've never seen him before, in a spectacular performance of Too Darn Hot from his musical Kiss Me Kate.
But Rome and I have transferred to the West End.
Yes, exactly. Thanks also quickly to Clive and Adrian for joining us tonight.
Yes, I'll be back on Monday at the earlier time of 6:30 with Harry Hill and Hollywood actor Dakota Fanning.
Yeah, I hope you all have a great bank holiday weekend. Time now for the brilliant performance we've been waiting for. Is the cast of Kiss Me Kate with Too Darn Hot. Adrian, take it away.
It's a hot night in Baltimore in 1948. And a regional theater is hosting a musical version of William Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. The first act's been kind of rocky. Now it's the interval, and the cast and crew have taken themselves out into the alley for a smoke and to talk about what's really on their mind.
It's too darn hot.
Too darn hot.
It's too darn hot.
Too darn hot.
I'd like to fool with my baby tonight.
With his baby.
Break every rule with my baby tonight. I'd like to fool with my baby tonight.
Break every rule with my baby tonight.
But pillow, you'll be my baby tonight, 'cause it's too darn hot.
Come on.
All right. All right, Jackie. Let's go, son. You did good. Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on. Come on. Come on.